Welcome to this week's episode of the Irish Fantasy Punts. Dan, Jamie, and Shane here with you again.
Crack lads. We're back
Hello there.
again. We're back for our second show. John Shane's about to tell us about the punter league he entered. Aren't Shane?
No, I was just saying. I looked like it was a TikTok video. The boys popped up and they were going. Basically, they have punters. So punters been drafted in the first round because for every yard that the punter gained on a kick, it was worth half a point. But for every yard of a return against them was minus 1 point. So leagues were being won and lost on the punter. It was absolute. I thought it was just a great idea for a bit of crack.
I think it's a great idea for when we finally get famous and we do it like a listener league. We'll just do a punters listener league.
It fits in with the name, man. It was just maybe that's why it popped up.
Dan had to mute himself. He's so angry.
The only thing worse than a kicker is a punter.
We have an Irish punter now, though.
Yeah,
me too.
Drafted Brian Anger first round. Fuck loyalty. Get the best punter.
You definitely have to do that in our draft tomorrow. No Derrick Henry, just punters.
I don't even think we can't draft a punter in our league, Dan. If we could, I would.
I can probably enable it for you if you really want it, Shane. I won't be drafting him, though.
I'll take a last pick. Will he get any points?
This week, we're going to do another mock draft and just try and do the last little bit of a tidy up before everyone does the draft this weekend. So hopefully, if you haven't drafted, we can help you out. Anyone who has any questions about picks as we're going, just chuck them in the chat and we can talk away about them. But I'll press start. So everyone ready? Everyone good to go?
Let's do it.
Let's do it. So Justin Jefferson, Jamar Chase, Christian McCaffrey, the first three. So that leaves me on the board at pick 4. So I'm looking at Austin Eckler, Travis Kelce, Tyreek Hill, Cooper Kupp. And
like
I
Dan's
think purely
worst
because I haven't
nightmare.
drafted from this spot. I haven't drafted from here at all from 4, and I don't have any drafts here at all. So I think I might have a bit of fun. I don't have any Tyreek Hill anywhere. So I'm just going to take Tyreek. It's explosive. It's fun. May as well play this way. So then Travis Kelce, Bijan, and back to Jamie then.
I was going to take Kelsey there. I was also going to take Tyreek Hill, but you screw that, Dan. Fun of drafts, absolute fun of drafts, you know. So yeah, look, I'm going to go with Cooper Kupp. I think he's going to have a big year this year.
So then Cooper Kupp went off the board to Jamie. Austin Eckler and Nick Chubb next. Then we're to Shane then at pick 10.
Yeah, that absolutely just tore me apart. I thought Nick Chubb was definitely getting to me. I suppose I will. God, this is awful.
These AI drafts are terrible, aren't they?
Well, it started. No, to be fair, it did start really realistically. Remember the last one we did? Kelsey went off the board at the 101. So like, I could look. I'll take what people would say to take, but I would never take him because I don't trust the injury record. Fantastic year last year. Really, even as a Cowboys fan, I hope he stays healthy and has another great year for everyone who drafts him fantasy-wise, especially. I'll take Saquon Barkley, but realistically, knowing me, I would have taken Derrick Henry here.
Saquon Barkley to Shane, AJ Brown, Stephon Diggs, Devontae Adams, and Derrick Henry goes a pick before Shane in the second round.
Oh,
yeah,
that was hard.
Absolutely sickened. Right here, I see no reason not to take him with his 1-year deal signed. Second round, decent value for the RB1 of last year. I'll take Josh Jacobs here.
Yeah, I love Josh Jacobs there in the second round. He's a good value in the second round, I think. CeeDee Lamb then goes after that, and then Jonathan Taylor, the AI, hasn't gotten the news yet.
For the fourth, he's a fourth.
Who's
I probably would. I think a 6th.
I totally reached.
I'm going to totally go out on a limb here and do something I would never ever do, to be quite honest about it. But I'm going to take Patrick Mahomes. I'm going to bank on the quarterback up high.
So Patrick Mahomes goes off the board to Jamie, and then Garrett Wilson and Amon-Ra St. Brown. I would have actually loved to have grabbed Wilson there and had Tyreek Hill and Garrett Wilson on the same team. That would be a lot of fun, but didn't fall for me. So seeing as I've tapped the wide receiver position, I think I might just put a toe in here and take Tony Pollard. Is probably the safest pick I could do here. So Jalen Waddle, Josh Allen, Jalen Hurts, Najee Harris, Mark Andrews, Devonta Smith, and back to me in the third. There's not a lot of running backs I kind of like at the top of the third round. It's a bit thin there, isn't it?
Yeah, ETN. I could see ETN having a decent season. Stevenson as well. I wouldn't mind either of those two guys. Joe Mixon. Those three guys would probably be the running backs I would value at this point in the third round.
Yeah, I could take a swing at Mixon here, but it just feels a little bit early, the top of the third. I have seen him go in mid-third though in actual drafts, but I think I'm going to look at the wide receiver position and go Chris Olave and get a super high energy team here with Tyreek Hill, Tony Pollard, and Chris Olave. So then ETN goes directly after that. Lamar Jackson in the middle of the third, and then it's back to Jamie. Jamie has Cooper Kupp and Patrick Mahomes.
I'm already regretting the quarterback. to be quite honest, and there's kind of a reason why you don't pick a quarterback in the second round, and this is kind of it, because now you're kind of in absolute running back. I don't know. I wouldn't even call it hell. I just call it somewhere below hell. So yeah, look. Where do you go from here? Really, I don't want to take Gibbs for the Lions. He's probably the best of a lot there.
So Gibbs, the rookie, to Jamie, then T. Higgins and Ramondre Stevenson just before Shane. But Shane has Saquon Barkley and Josh Jacobs, so I don't think you were really looking running back there anyway, were you?
Oh, it's so tempting. The Mixon came back. I was like, should I just go trio here? Three-headed dragon on the ground. No, I would have taken one of the QBs had Hurts or Lamar Jackson fall into me, but no, running back as well. Realistically, I don't need it. DK, Deebo Samuel, the two I'm kind of looking at here. Deebo with Brock Purdy. I want to see Brock Purdy for another year before I trust Deebo, and I think Deebo is going to lose a lot of that groundwork that he was getting with McCaffrey fully integrated into the offense this year. So for that reason, and with the way 49ers offense line up, everyone gets a touch, I'm going to take DK. But do you guys think as well, say for the first round, see the way Jamie went receiver and then quarterback? I think you can only kind of do that in this year's draft if you have a running back and then go quarterback, because the running backs run out so quick this year.
Oh, 100%. Yeah, I'm already looking at the board here going, oh crap, I fucked myself.
Just to cut you off there quickly, Jake is asking Bijan or Chubb. I assume this is with your first round pick. I'd probably lean Chubb there.
Yeah, I would too. I'd lean Chubb as well. Just he's a known quantity, isn't he?
Yeah, that's kind of it. For safety, you go Chubb, I think, but Bijan could. He's probably the more of an upside, I think.
It's just it's probably just we know what Chubb is. So DK Metcalf to Shane there, Aaron Jones, Kenny Walker, Calvin Ridley, Joe Mixon eventually goes the top of the fourth. That's great value, really. And then back to you, Shane.
Yeah, right here, I was thinking if Calvin Ridley made it back to me, I was going to go between him, Allen, and Herbert. I didn't think Joe Burrow would make it to here, but slight injury concern at the minute. I know they're saying he's good for week one, but they're not going to say anything else about their star quarterback at the minute. And with other good quarterbacks there, I think I'm going to go and shoot on Herbert here at this time.
So Herbert off the board there. Breece Hall, Deebo Samuel, then team 8. And we're back to Jamie, who has Cooper Kupp, Patrick Mahomes, and Gibbs on his roster.
Absolutely screwed again. Like I was looking at both Hall and Samuel here. I was like, I'll just pick up one of them. But no, like this is just disastrous now. That's 3 grand. But thank God.
Take a tight end. Take a tight end.
Do you know what? At this point, I think you're kind of right. I think there isn't much there really that I kind of want to pick. Like you got Keenan Allen there, but I don't know. Like is Keenan Allen going to start progressing? Amari Cooper seems to be prime for a big year, but again, as Shane says, he only works at home. He doesn't work away. So I'm actually going to take up Hawkinson here. I'm take a tight end. I think that would be here.
So Hawkinson goes off the board there in the middle of the 4th round to Jamie. DJ Moore and then Joe Burrow. DJ Moore, that's very high for him. I haven't seen him in the 4th round yet. But this leads me to my auto pick of the 4th round, Justin Fields. I don't really have to talk much about that one. That's pretty standard for me in 4th rounds. George Kittle, Amari Cooper, Keenan Allen. It closes off the 4th. Damian Pierce to start the 5th. Jerry Jeudy, the AI hasn't caught up with the injury, and DeAndre Hopkins. So it's back to me. I'm sitting with Tyreek Hill, Chris Olave, Tony Pollard, and Justin Fields. So I probably have to start smashing running backs here. You're kind of looking at J.K. Dobbins, Miles Sanders, or Cam Akers. So I think I have shares of Miles Sanders in other places. I don't really want to take J.K. Dobbins at all this year. I just don't trust J.K. Dobbins. So I think I'm going to go with Cam Akers and just try and get the workhorse in the Rams.
Would you trust Cam Akers?
Yeah, what's that about?
There's no one else there. There's literally no one else there to take any snaps.
Very much one and the same, really, Dobbins and Akers.
Drake London goes directly after Cam Akers and then J.K. Dobbins just before Jamie's pick.
I wasn't picking Dobbins anyway, so I don't have to laugh now.
Oh, so funny.
No, I'm actually okay here. I actually have a pick. I'm actually fine. I'm actually going to take DeAndre Swift. I think he's going to have a big year at the Eagles. I think.
Only Jamie can shit over my pick of Cam Akers and then pick DeAndre Swift.
Yeah. What was that like?
What other running back are you going to pick? Go on. You tell me.
I would have probably reached and went for a Connor or a Javante or Dalvin Cook or Rashad White if I was looking at a running back there. I didn't like any of the running backs above him, unless Miles Sanders. He did good last year, but I would never pick him after the way he screwed me 2 years ago.
So then Christian Watson goes off the board, Alexander Madison, and we're back to Shane at the end of the 5th round.
Yeah, right here, I think this is actually a very easy pick to take right here. Terry McLaurin, Scary Terry, does it for me all day, every day in the 5th round.
He's also injured.
Yeah, but he'd be fine by week 1.
Miles Sanders eventually makes his way to a roster, which is Team 11, who has A.J. Brown, Derrick Henry, Aaron Jones, Joe Mixon, and Miles Sanders.
Jamie could trade for a running back.
Trevor Lawrence, Kyle Pitts, and then we're back with Darren Waller, and then it's Shane. So there's a bit of a tight end run happened there now, Shane.
Yeah, it can keep running. I won't be picking one of them. Yeah, right here, I think I'm going to reach a little bit in the running back market again because I don't think any of these guys are probably going to come back to me. I'd say there'd definitely be a run on them before they go back. So I really like Rachaad White heading into this year, and I'm going to take Rachaad White. I think he's going to get a lot of work in Tampa Bay.
Rachaad White off the board to Shane. Dallas Goedert to continue the tight end run, and then Chris Godwin right before Jamie.
Fuck's sake. Again. Yeah. This is what happens though when a draft does not go right for you at all, because I was going to take Godwin there. But look, we'll go down. Look, we'll see what we can get.
You sound so defeated already.
Very defeated, to be quite honest.
We're not even halfway through the draft.
Well, yeah, look, I'm going to go down the board. I'm going to pick a guy I'm very, very high on this year. I'm going to pick James Cook. I think he's at the front back. Bills, I know they're a little bit dodgy at times, but I just think there's enough in him this year now to have a big one.
James Cook off the board to Jamie. James Conner goes next. I'm probably going to start avoiding the Cardinals players altogether because Kyler's not going to be back for at least 5 or 6 weeks. So I'm not all about that tune life. Tyler Lockett then went after that. I would have liked to have taken Tyler Lockett there. He's a bit of a steal in the 6th round of drafts. I'm sitting here with 2 running backs and 2 wide receivers, and I have my quarterback already. To be honest, this is a nice little spot here for running backs: Alvin Kamara, Javonte Williams, Dalvin Cook. The wide receivers that are sitting here, they're not as nice. You're looking at Brandon Ayuk, Mike Williams, Christian Kirk. Mike Evans is sitting there, which is quite tempting, but I might play the ADP game. I'm going to try and take Dalvin Cook here and see does Mike Evans make it back to me. So Mike Williams went directly after that. Brandon Ayuk, Christian Kirk, Javonte Williams, Alvin Kamara, Pacheco, and I win the game. Mike Evans, make your way to my roster.
Yeah, that was the right call
Evans.
there.
Yeah, I think if you get Mike Evans in the 7th, you just take him and you don't say anything about it. David Montgomery directly after that, and then George Pickens just before Jamie.
Yeah, this is now where you're kind of start struggling a small bit, especially if you're kind of playing catch up, a bit like I am at the moment. That's just kind of how it is. That's just how it is. So, who am I going to take? That's a good question. There really isn't much here. So I'm gonna go out on the limb. I'm gonna take the rookie. I'm gonna take Jordan Addison.
Son of a bitch.
I think we all like Jordan Addison in the 8th, don't we?
Yeah, I thought that was a lock to get back to me there. Because I didn't want Smith Niglia because I have DK, but I'd be happy with either of the 2 of them as long as they're healthy. But that really messes up what I was about to do.
Welcome to my world.
But no, in that case, I'm happy to reach here. But what I'll do is, I think once Jamal Williams gets in New Orleans, I think he's going to be very hard to displace. Even when Kamara comes back, I think he's going to get the majority of the goal line stuff and everything. I think he's an absolute steal in the 8th, but I'll take him here in the 7th and hope that the receiver I was looking at comes back to me.
So in between Jamie and Shane, we had Deontay Johnson, and then Deshaun Watson went very early in the 7th round. Jamal Williams to Shane. Dotson then, Marquise Brown to close off the 7th, into the 8th with AJ Dillon and Tua Tagovailoa. I haven't really heard anyone drafting AJ Dillon. Like, I don't think I'll be going near him this year anyway, but could be okay in the 8th round. It's back to you anyway, Shane.
Yeah, right here, the receivers didn't. I thought 4 receivers were going to go there. I didn't think anything else was going to go. So I'll jump down and I'll actually take Zay Flowers. Hearing lots of good things about him in the preseason. Take a shot on the rookie. I'm not really big on Pittman with Richardson being a mobile quarterback. As I already said, I already have one Seahawk, don't want another. Brandon Cooks for me is actually really interesting. Every time he's been on a new team, he's had 1,000 yards the first year he's been there. And it would take Dallas to break that. So I'm staying away from him. Gabe Davis, I'm completely out on Gabe Davis this year. I don't see the attraction. The next best thing to me is take a shot in the dark on Zay Flowers. We've been hearing good things about.
Mm-hmm.
Zay Flowers off the board then to Shane. Jackson Smith and Jigba, another rookie directly after that, and then Michael Pittman. Nobody speak about Michael Pittman, but the quarterback situation isn't great there. A rookie that probably can't even throw that well. And then it's back to Jamie, who's sitting on the board. You have Cooper Kupp, Patrick Mahomes, Jamar Gibbs, Hawkinson, DeAndre Swift, James Cook, and then Jordan Addison. Looking quite balanced now.
We're getting there. We are getting there, lads. Took a while, but it's taking shape. And I'm going to take another wide receiver here. I'm going to go down and I'm going to take Kadarius Toney. I'm going to bank him to have a big year of Mahomes. That's why I took Mahomes in the 2nd.
You have The only thing about Toney is the hamstrings or whatever ligaments are always holding him back. Evan Ingram is in the middle of the 8th round there, then followed by Brandon Cooks. I actually haven't drafted Brandon Cooks, and I'm the Brandon Cooks lover of the group, and I don't have him anywhere this year. I just find that in the ninth round, there's always more exciting players that I want to take a shot on. So I'm sitting here. I have 3 running backs, 3 wide receivers, and a quarterback. I could take a tight end here. The only tight end I'd want to take here would probably be Dalton Kincaid, and I can probably wait till my 9th round pick for him. At running back, I think I'm just going to go Khalil Herbert, take the Chicago Bears starter. So then directly after that, Dak Prescott, Antonio Gibson, another player I was looking at for that pick. The 49ers defense went very early, back the 8th round. I can't really advise anyone to take a defense that early. Pat Freiermuth, Zach Charbonnet, and then the Dallas Cowboys defense went there as well. So I'm quite happy that I can take Dalton Kincaid here in the 9th and move the pick on to Jamie. So David Njoku, Michael Thomas, and then we're back to Jamie.
Good stuff. So I'm gonna there's no around here now that I kind of in love with. I'm like, ugh, so I'm just gonna close out the team. I'm gonna take the Eagles defense here. I don't think defense in the 9th is too bad.
Eagle defense to Jamie in the 9th, Aaron Rodgers, Brian Robinson, and then we're back to Shane, who's sitting with a roster of Saquon Barkley, Josh Jacobs, DK Metcalf, Terry McLaurin, Justin Herbert, Rashad White, Jamal Williams, Zay Flowers.
Yeah, that's all kind of shocked me a little bit. The defense is running. I didn't think half these players would still kind of be here. Tight ends ran out on me, so I'm going to wait on my tight end. I don't want Schultz, bad offense. I don't want Kmet. I don't want Okonkwo, and I don't want Higbee. So I think I can wait another round or two before tight end is an issue for me. All the ones that I really valued are gone. And Njoku would have been the last I would have really looked at. So leaves me in a bit of no man's land here, kind of, but we could reach and take a receiver again. So I probably will go receiver. I think it's probably the one area I need a bit of strengthening in. So I'll drop down and I will take Adam Thielen.
Ooh, Adam Thielen. Quentin Johnson goes directly after that, the rookie for the Chargers. Cortland Sutton back from the death, going in the end of the 10th round, the end of the 9th round even. Gabe Davis, and then Richardson for the Colts at the top of the 10th, and then we're back to Shane again.
Yeah, I'm going to go with the Miami Dolphins' exciting rookie at running back, who I think will win the starting position a couple of weeks maybe into the season, probably get a lot of work after week 4, week 5, I reckon. So yeah, I'm going to go with Acne there.
Rashad Penny then following that, and another defense, the New York Jets, and we're back to Jamie.
Oh, good stuff. So yeah, there's 2 guys here I'm thinking you could nearly take a punt on. Maybe 3, maybe Ezekiel Elliott. Touchy, right? But you could bank on Theo Williams being medic last as he is and take Pirine here, who's probably going to be an RB1 then. Or you could take Elijah Moore, who threw his ties out of the farm last year and surely has to show something good, right? But I'm going to go with Pirine because I feel like Williams is going to be out for first few weeks. I think you get a bit of value on them for a while.
So Samaje Perine followed by Treylon Burks, and then Juju Smith-Schuster of the Patriots goes to Team 5 directly in front of me. So I'm sitting here. I have Tyreek Hill, Tony Pollard, Chris Olave, Justin Fields, Cam Akers, Dalvin Cook, Mike Evans, Herbert, and Dalton Kincaid. My running back room is looking pretty solid. Wide receivers here, they're not the nicest at this stage. There's Odell Beckham, Elijah Moore, Alan Lazard, Rashad Bateman, Sky Moore. They're all I suppose if you're at this point in the draft, everyone's going to have their flaws. I think I might take Rashad Bateman and just roll the dice to see does he get a chance to be the number 1 in Baltimore. But this is a complete dice roll. So it's between him or Elijah Moore for me, and I just don't really want to bank on the Browns offense. So Rashad Bateman comes into my team. Followed by Kirk Cousins, Dalton Schultz, Elijah Moore, Odell Beckham, the Bills, Jerick McKinnon. And that actually worked out nicely because the player I wanted to drop this round did drop for me. And I'm going to draft Tank Bigsby in the 11th. Alan Lazard, Ezekiel Elliott, and we're back to Jamie.
Good stuff. Yeah, so what do I have at the moment? Yeah, I kind of running back fine. Could probably do another wide receiver. So I'm gonna play the cards, right? And I'm gonna take Sky Moore because surely either himself or Tony is going to be the wide receiver. It's a 50-50 chance every year.
So then, after Jamie's pick of Sky Moore, his favorite receiver for the Chiefs, Cole Kmet went, and Justin Tucker. So our first kicker is off the board with Justin Tucker at Team 9, and then it's to you, Shane.
Yeah, I was kind of hoping the Bills defense would drop me, and in the case that they didn't, I was looking at the Ravens. I think the Ravens defense is looking decent this year. Wouldn't be one of my top teams to go with. And then I was taking maybe just shoot on the kicker, but Justin Tucker went. There's no point taking any kicker earlier than in the 11th if it's not Justin Tucker. So I'm going to shoot on the Ravens defense here just to get a defense off the board. There's nothing in the receiver market that was interesting.
I really like the Ravens with their opening game of Houston. It's quite a nice little boost to your week 1 chances if you have CJ Stroud playing against the Ravens defense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just because he fell back to me, I'm going to take Shooter just because he's there.
Shooter.
Because I knew Jamie's definitely taking him if I don't take him. Jamie's got him this round.
Evan McPherson to Shane. Jamal, no, sorry, not Jamal. Williams for the Lions. What's his first name again?
Jameson.
Yeah, the good old whiskey man. But he's also banned for 6 games, isn't he? So I suppose there's a reason he's in this round. Geno Smith, and then we're back to Jamie again. Have you filled all your positions now, Jamie?
I haven't, but I will now, right? As I'm gonna read in a line as I take Tyler Bass.
Tyler Bass, Young Koo. Yeah, we got it.
Joke.
We got it. Yeah, we got it.
Fishing joke. That was funny.
Young Koo and then Tyler Algier went running back for the Atlanta Falcons. And because everyone's been taking kickers and defenses, I'm going to take the current starter for the Dolphins before A-Chain is ready to go. I'm going to take Raheem Mostert here and just fill out my running back room. And then more kickers go. Sanders, Elliott, Chikakonkwu, Daniel Jones. Dobbs falls massively in the draft. And then Jalen Warren, which is a great sleeper pick for the middle of the 13th round. Well done, Team 3. And then it's back to me. I'm going to wait for my kicker. And I'm going to take... I have so many running backs, though. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 running backs. 4 receivers. Is there anything even worth drafting in the receivers, though? You know what? I'm going to go Jonathan Mingo. Take a rookie and see where we go with him. Donta Foreman, the New Orleans Saints defense, and we're back to Jamie.
Yeah, I could do something really funny here and just take Rishi Rice and just have 3 Kansas City Chiefs and like surely one of them. Surely one of them.
And then it still ends up being Kelsey.
Yeah, it's going to be last year. It's just going to be Kelsey again. Stop picking up Chiefs players.
Yeah, so I'm not going to do that. Okay.
Jamie, please draft Clyde Edwards-Helaire. Is he still available?
Yeah, just get the running back.
Oh, where is he actually? Is he? No, I'm actually.
He is available.
Is he?
Yeah, he is there.
Yeah, I'm not doing that shit again. I'm gonna take Darnell Mooney.
Darnell Mooney. That's a nice little sleeper pick there.
That is a nice little pick there, yeah.
Oh, no.
Tyler Higbee then goes after that. The Patriots, and then we're back to you, Shane.
Yeah, so here I'm going to take Dallas's rookie running back, the smallest man in the league. I'll pick up Deuce Vaughn for the simple reason that most players coming back off the injury that Tony Pollard has had don't tend to perform too well their first year back. And I think if you look at the running back room, I think Deuce Vaughn is in for a lot of work this year after the cuts that have happened this week. Hence why his ADP has gone from the last round to the third last round now.
I'm just after realizing I made a mistake. Should have drafted Deion Jackson. Anyway, Deuce Vaughn, Miami Dolphins, Kendre Miller, Jared Goff, Rashee Rice. You don't have that problem anymore, Jamie, and it's back to you, Shane.
Wow.
Yeah, so tight end, I did not bother filling at all. And I'm actually going to shoot with, I don't know why, out of all the rookie tight ends, that he's as low as what he is. Micah Mayer was the second biggest tight end coming out in the draft. For some reason, he's the fourth or fifth rookie tight end in the draft this year, in fantasy wise. And I really like Jimmy Garoppolo likes a tight end. Like he's always done well with tight ends wherever he has been, because the Patriots like their tight ends and the 49ers like their tight end. And I think Michael Mayer is going to get a lot of work from Jimmy Garoppolo. So I'm going to take Michael Mayer late. I think he's a steal late.
Is Jimmy healthy? I don't actually remember reading anything about that.
He'll be all right to go. He'll be fine week one.
Michael Mayer and then Jacoby Myers. Can't remember how you say his name. The Las Vegas one that used to be with the Patriots. Devin Singletary, then the running back Houston, and it's back to you, Jamie.
Yeah. And I'm gonna take a punt, right? You're gonna laugh at this. Right? You're gonna absolutely laugh at this. But I'm gonna take Zach Moss. Right? Running back one for the Colts at the moment.
That was my last pick in the draft. That's who I was going for, was Zach Moss. Yeah.
I think it's Deion Jackson. I think Deion Jackson's gonna get that job. Because like Zach Moss is just terrible. Like he's very bad.
I think if Zach Moss is healthy week one, he's the RB1.
Didn't he have ankle surgery or something, or foot surgery or something a few weeks ago as well?
Yeah, they're seeing how he's going. He's kind of been monitored at the minute, but they reckon he should be good to go week one, but they're not 100% in him yet.
So what do I have? A choice between the Commanders, the Broncos, or the Packers? Seahawks. I'll go with the Seahawks. The Seahawks have to play the Cardinals twice. That's good games.
Yeah. It's a good way to look at getting your defense, isn't it?
Yeah. At least I'll get to enjoy something when the Cardinals lose. Tyler Boyd, Hyatt, Zamir Jones. Is it Zamir Jones? Zay Jones.
Zay Jones.
Yeah. McManus, Russell Wilson. How insulting to Russell Wilson is that he is dropped to the 15th round of this draft? Sam
Josh Allen's back
on the clock. Jacoby Myers can be my kicker. I don't care. Oh, it's two Seahawks. Graham Gano and then Nico Collins, and we're back to Jamie.
Yeah, and I always like to take two quarterbacks. That's kind of my thing. I like to take quarterback late on, right? And I'm going to back my boy. I think he's going to he's going to do it for us this year. I'm going to take Jordan Love.
Oh God!
Right. Go Pack.
Jamie burned a pick there in this 15th. Dicker, Greg Dulcich, and back to Shane.
Yeah, I'm just going to jump with the Cowboys here at the end. I think Michael Gallup, a year removed from the injury, he showed signs of being back to the Michael Gallup that was a 4th, 5th round pick in fantasy wise at the end of last season. So I'm hoping he sorted out the hands, the drops. He'll have that little bit of burst of speed back again. I'll take Michael Gallup just to beef up my receiver room at the end of the draft.
Kenny Gainwell, and then the Commanders close out our draft, team 12. So, Jamie, you fixed your tilt halfway through the draft?
I think he just lead more into it.
I don't know, guys. I'm looking at it here, and I'm like, do you know what? This isn't half bad. No,
Dude,
I
you
do
draft
find-
that team, you are getting the 101 next year.
It's not, we'll call out the teams down in a second, and you'll be like, actually, do you know what? That's not bad.
It's worse than I thought.
Give it a read there, Jamie. Then
Well, I go for it, right? Okay, fine, right. Quarterback, Patrick Mahomes, right? My two running backs, Jamar Gibbs, DeAndre Swift. Two wide receivers are Cooper Cup, Jordan Addison. Now, I admit it could be a little bit stronger wide receiver. Okay,
A wide receiver.
just a little bit. My tight ends, TJ Hawkinson. Then we have two flexes, so my flexes are James Cook and Kadarius Toney, right? Or
No,
that might swap out
changed that.
Sky Moore. That might swap up. My kicker is Tyler Bass. My defense is the Eagles, and then my bench has Magic P. Ryan, Sky Moore, Darnell Mooney, Zach Moss, and Jordan Love. Now you tell me that's not a bad team.
That is a bad team. Dude,
I don't know. I don't know.
Patrick Mahomes and Hawkinson are top tier. Well, the Hawkinson
Yeah, Cooper Kupp.
second tier. But like
Cooper Kupp.
Cooper Cup.
Uh-huh.
Who's throwing the ball to him? Stafford.
Yeah,
He just said he doesn't
Yeah,
trust half his teammates like a week ago.
Cooper Cup is going to be fine.
but he
this year.
trusts Cooper Cup.
Yeah, Cooper Cup will be fine this year. He'll be back to his best again. Like Jamar Gibbs going to have a big year. DeAndre Swift and the Eagles love to run the ball. Absolutely love to run the ball. I'm telling you that. I'm going to keep an eye on this team for the rest of the year because
If you could redo the Hawkinson pick, would you? Is the fourth round a bit high for him?
I don't think so. No, I'm kind of
think
high in Hawkinson. I was very close to actually keeping him in our league, and I said no, I didn't because I think he might just come back to me anyway, and I just give away that secret. I should have said that, but
I'm not picking him there anyway, dude.
Yeah, I'm not picking him there either.
It's your loss, like. No.
You also have two Vikings here. You have Addison and Hawkinson. Are you all right with that?
Yeah.
No. I feel like I could do a better wide receiver, right? It got a little bit shaky around that Addison pick. There really wasn't anyone around it I liked. I probably should have not taken him there, realistically. But look, you never learn.
Yeah, he could have fallen to me, and that would have been fantastic.
Yeah. Sky Moore just pops straight back in there, and with a Sky Moore and what's his name? What's their fellow? Tony. Yeah.
With Cooper Cup, though, you're going to be getting lots of points from that wide receiver one position, so you can probably play with a wide receiver two position a bit.
Yeah, and like in a couple of weeks, you drop your wide receiver two, anyway. You just pick him up on the waiver wire.
Well, I don't know. I do like the Addison pick. I think with Thielen gone this year, I think Addison is in for a big year. If he's the monster everyone seems to think he is this year, like you could be looking at massive numbers. Like they might never like the Vikings just might not run the ball at all. They might be like, that's why we got rid of Dalvin Cook. We're not running it. We're just going to throw it and see what happens.
Fair point, well made. Shane, read out your roster then.
All right, starting with the QB, I went for Justin Herbert. Then running back 1, Saquon Barkley. Running back 2, Josh Jacobs. Wide receiver 1, DK. Wide receiver 2, Scary Terry. Tight end of Michael Mayer. The first flex, Rashad White. My second flex, Jamal Williams. Kicker of Shooter McPherson. Defense of the Ravens. And then my bench consists of Zay Flowers, Adam Thielen, Devon Acne, Deuce Vaughn, and Michael Gallup.
I do really like that Flowers pick. Definitely try and trade Flowers to Jamie, or Jamie to try and trade for Flowers.
Yeah, I'll take Mahomes for Flowers.
Is there anywhere in your draft you would have liked to have a pick back, Shane? Or are you happy with everything?
I'm kind of happy wherever it kind of landed for me. Like, I would have liked to maybe have a little bit more upside at my wide receiver 1 with DK. I would have hoped someone else kind of would have fallen to me there. Terry McLaurin in the 5th, I was happy with that. And when the tight end value went off the board, like Winston Njoku, Kincaid are gone. I'm not high on Schultz this year. I know he was excellent for the Cowboys last couple of seasons, but I'm not high on him this year with Houston. I just don't see Houston being very productive offensively again this year, and I think that's going to cause a lot of issues for people who do put the high value on Schultz. Now, I could be completely wrong. He might be the best pass catcher on the team, and he might end up being their number 1 target for the season. And I hope I am wrong because I do like Schultz, but I'm not trusting him value wise. So no, I think what was there, I reached for Thielen because he was the last number 1 wideout in the 9th. I think he usually goes 10 or 11. I kind of reached on Zay Flowers in the 8th. He usually goes 9 or 10. I'm kind of happy with where I took everyone. Just the value was off the board for me at that late stage.
I do like that Thielen picked up. I think he could be a right sleeper pick this year.
The problem is the quarterback play. You don't know what you're going to get out of Stroud. Look,
Yeah.
We've seen rookie QBs. They are what they are. Like, you're not expecting any guy, I don't care who it is, if he's the number 1 overall pick. We've seen the likes of Baker Mayfield's bust, Josh Rosen's bust. Like, Stroud coming in, I hope he does a fantastic job. Would love to see him do well. But we've seen it with rookie QBs. You don't know what you're getting. Thielen's a solid option for him. He's a great route runner. He will get open. The age is starting to catch up with him a little bit, but he should have a good year of production. Problem is the QB going to get him the ball? Plus, Stroud will take off with it at times as well. I think that's why Thielen's value is so low this year.
Yeah, it's hard to know with the young quarterbacks. You're probably going to try and live off touchdowns with him, I imagine. Like if he got 8-9 touchdowns, it wouldn't be too bad, I guess.
Yeah, especially for a bench piece. Like if you're looking at Thielen and saying, right, I have 2-3 guys starting, depending on what kind of flex situation you're in or what receivers you've taken beforehand. Like if you need him to come in over an injury or it's just a bye week that you need him to come in for, you can live off the touchdowns for 2-3 weeks if it's an injury. And if it's only a bye week or 2, you can live off a touchdown that week that you need him to come in. Like, so for where he has been drafted, he's ended up on your bench. I think it's a great pickup of Thielen. I think anyone who takes Thielen anywhere, I'm not just saying it because I got him. I think anyone who picks him up that between kind of the 8th to 11th round, wherever you get him, he's great value.
Yeah, no, I agree. He's well worth just stashing your bench for a couple of weeks to see how he goes. Like, just look, like I'd have no problem flexing Thielen. I think he's that good. Sometimes he just back the talent, and he probably really hasn't got enough of that really to be able to show it with the Vikings the last couple of years because he's been overshadowed a lot.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. Like you think about before JJ was there, like you're looking at Stephon Diggs was the number 1 guy there with Thielen, like, and they had they had someone else there for a while as well, didn't they? No, hang on, no, I'm thinking a different situation, but it was Diggs that was there before Justin Jefferson. So Thielen now is the out and out number 1 guy. It'd be nice to see him do really well in Carolina, to be honest.
Moving on to my team, I have Justin Fields at quarterback. My wide receiver 1 is Tyreek Hill. My wide receiver 2 is Chris Olave. Running back 1 is Tony Pollard. Running back 2 is Cameron Akers. And then my flex 1 is Dalvin Cook. And Mike Evans is my flex 2. For my tight end, I have Dalton Kincaid. And then for my kicker is Myers. And my defense is the Seahawks. And then for my bench, I have Khalil Herbert, Rashad Bateman, Tank Bigsby, Raheem Mostert, and Jonathan Mingo for the Carolina Panthers.
Mm-hmm.
To be honest, I don't have any of these players on any of my own rosters. I didn't draft from this spot at all, so I kind of enjoyed picking up players that I didn't have any of. If I was to do the draft again, my pick of Cam Akers there, I wouldn't like. I could have maybe taking Miles Sanders instead. It might be a bit safer. I'm not really sure. The Rams offense might be better. It's hard to know. I think anything with these 5th round running backs you're playing with fire. Like,
would you not have even say reached? And I know you got Cook in the next round, but would you have taken Cook there and maybe gone a Mike Williams or an Ayuk, or maybe Lockett drops to you then because Cook was gone off the board?
Yeah, Lockett would have interested me. Yeah, like if I could have had Lockett there, but then Mike Evans in the 7th is quite good value as well. So if you miss out on Lockett, I think you maybe turn your attention instantly to Mike Evans.
Yeah.
It's I think with Olave as my wide receiver 2 so early in the draft, there's risk there as well because we're kind of banking on Olave breaking out. I'd be happy if I got this team, but I feel like a lot could potentially go wrong with this team. It's very boom bust looking.
Yeah, like I love the Olave pick. Like I love the wide receivers. I'm not in love with Cam Akers as the RB2. That's the only doubt. I look in your team and I say Cam Akers worries me. Justin Fields worries me a little bit. You know he's going to run it, but like in order to be successful now this year and build on what he done last year, he's got to be able to pass the ball as well. We haven't really seen that from him, but I trust Justin Fields enough to say I'm happy with the pick in the 4th, especially the back of the 4th. But Cam Akers worries me at the start of the 5th.
Yeah, the running back is a bit weak there with Tony Pollard and Cam Akers.
Yeah, Akers does, but like Akers should, in theory, be much, much better this year. Like
we've said that every year.
But this is it. Like he's probably the only running back the Rams have. The Rams don't have a whole pile of offense at this point anymore. Like who they have? They've Cup and Akers. They're the 2 guys they're going to look to all year long. So if he can stay healthy, in theory, and I know that's a big. I'm on your side, really. I wouldn't strap Akers myself, but in theory, it's a smart pickup. You know,
like out of maybe the top 5 most injury-prone running backs, you have 2 of them. Like you talk, McCaffrey gets injured every second day of the week. Saquon gets injured every second day of the week. Dalvin Cook missed like 2 fucking years through injury. And Cam Akers hasn't really played since he was a rookie with injury.
Breece Hall would be worried with the Dalvin Cook thing, I suppose.
I was just about to say, what do you think about Dalvin Cook? Because surely when Breece Hall is back and fully healthy, he takes that role back.
I don't know. Do you pay that kind of money for Dalvin Cook and then just send Breece Hall right back in? Like they'll share the workload. I reckon it'll be an even 50-50 split. I don't think they're not paying Dalvin Cook to sit in the bench to Breece Hall.
But if that's the case, then like would you draft any of them? Because
I take Dalvin Cook at the 6th round value or 7th round value. I'd take Dalvin Cook. Yeah, Breece Hall, if he's going 3rd, 4th round, I don't think I'd pay that for.
Breece Hall went top of the 4th in this draft.
Yeah, see, I think if you're splitting, if you're talking 2 top tier guys like that, splitting, like they could have like 90% of the game plan around Dalvin Cook one week and then the following week switch to Breece Hall. Like this could be a real Seahawks wide receiver situation with the 2 of them. Like you could get one of them getting 2 points one week and the other one getting 30 and then change roles the next week. Like it'll be interesting to see it this year. I have no problem really taking Breece Hall there. I won't be doing it, but I have no problem with anyone else doing it. Like I understand why they're doing it. I'm not going to say they're wrong to do it. Could be a steal in the 4th round. Like might end up in an RB2 or 3. Like
I feel like it's very kind of Packers-esque kind of thing last year where we had like Dylan and Jones, where I don't think they fully like trust Rodgers to be able to go every single week. So they brought in 2 elite running backs that if it all goes tits up, at least we can run the ball. And that's what the Packers had to do a lot last year because Rodgers just, he's getting older. He's just not the same.
He didn't have anyone to throw it to. Like it's a big problem. Like Drew Brees made that stuff look easy. As much as like Rodgers was class, Drew Brees took undrafted guys and made them look like real guys in the NFL. When Brees went and the Saints had those same guys coming in to take snaps, It was like, who are these guys? They're not doing anything. Breeze was just throwing them open on slants the whole time.
I think that naturally brings us to the end of our show this week, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I think so.
On to the tomorrow and the violence of our real draft.
Yeah, that will be vicious. The keepers are in. Everyone's now staring at the board, waiting to pick. Yeah, it'll be intense.
101.
Do we know? Oh, yeah.
I have to actually sit
Right.
here now for the whole night and contemplate, am I an idiot for not taking Eckler if he's sitting there? I hate this
You're
so
gonna be-
much, man, because I really want to take Kelsey as well. I'm just like, nah, look, just... Oh, hang on. Whoa. Okay. We just changed our mind.
Why? What have you just seen?
I have just seen that Nick Chubb was not kept as a keeper.
Oh,
So you go Chubb over Eckler.
Yeah, man. Bell cow over small little bald fella.
I
You
don't think
you
he's
have
small.
an insane hatred of Eckler.
Yeah, I really don't like him for some reason. And he's actually like if you look at Eckler's like Twitter and even the stuff on NFL moments and stuff and the NFL game days where he shows up and he does a bit of talking or mic'd up, he's actually hilarious. He's a really good guy.
I think he's a good guy, but I'd be on your team there. I don't know, I wouldn't draft him either.
It's just something about the Chargers as well,
Really?
man. Like I
Yeah,
love
don't know.
Herbert. But
I have
like,
I have no reason. Absolutely no reasoning. I just wouldn't.
So
Eckler to
Eckler
me
could
is
easily
always-
fall to me at the back of the first, the right you two are going. Like,
I really
Yeah.
won't. Like everyone else is a first round pick apparently this year as well. Nobody's keeping the first round guy. No, in your
So,
luck, man, you'll be left with Kelsey. You'll have no choice but to take the tight end you don't want.
I already have a tight end. I kept fucking Waller in the sixth.
Imagine if Kelsey slips past you and he's like the only real first round talent left, and you're like, for fuck's sake.
Go double tight end.
Yeah, well, you can flex him. Yeah, I suppose you can flex him.
Oh, so
no, I
I
think
did
I'd
that
take
1 week,
Kelsey.
man. It worked. I got like 20 points out of one of the tight ends. Boom. Remember that? Was that the Joker week? He got like 20 points. I was there like, I have no one else to play.
Oh, let's not talk about that nasty. Let's just finish it up for the night. Thanks all for listening and watching, and thanks for the questions during the show. We'll be back next week, hopefully. Well, we'll be back next week for a preview of week 1, I suppose. We might get in quickly.
Oh, we will.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah, sure.
we'll bank on it.
Yeah, sure we will.
Say your goodbyes, lads.
Look, lads, best luck in the drafts.
See you again. Hopefully, yeah, you have a good draft this year.
Follow us on Twitter and like and subscribe on YouTube. Talk to you later, guys. Bye bye.